Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Jones, Jr., pastor of the Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church and moderator of the Greater New Era Baptist District Association of Chicago and vicinity. I am here with my pastor and colleague, the Reverend Dr. Alvin Love, and together we are concerned citizens and faith leaders of Chicago. We speak today in our opposition to the deployment of the National Guard to our beloved city. As faith leaders in this great city of Chicago, we cannot agree with anyone who has or would be willing to ask the President of these United States to send the National Guard to Chicago. The presence of the National Guard is not the solution to the challenges we face. Instead, there should be investment in community-based solutions that address the root causes of violence and unrest. In recent years, community programs in Chicago have shown significant positive impacts. For example, Chicago CRED program has helped reduce gun violence, by 50% in the neighborhoods that it serves. Additionally, the Ready Chicago initiative has provided over 500 high-risk individuals with job training and support services, leading to a 79% reduction in arrests among its participants. Listen, these statistics demonstrate the effectiveness of community-based approaches in creating safer and more resilient communities. The governor of Illinois has the authority to deploy the National Guard within the state in response to emergencies, natural disasters, or civil disturbances. The United States Constitution provides the framework for the deployment of the National Guard in cities through various provisions and laws. The Posse Comitatus Act of our U.S. Constitution prohibits the use of federal military forces to perform domestic law enforcement activities unless expressly authorized by the Constitution or by an act of Congress, not by the wishes of the Commander-in-Chief. We urge those who consider themselves leaders and public spokespersons in our city to cease and desist from asking the President to do something that he should not and does not need to do. We urge our national, state, and local leaders to prioritize dialogue, community engagement, and strengthening of our local institutions. Together, we can build a safer and more just Chicago without resorting to militarization. Dr. Love?
Thank you, Dr. Jones. And again, my name is Reverend Alvin Love. I'm pastor of the Lilydale First Baptist Church of Chicago, Illinois. And I stand in solidarity with my friend and colleague and moderator, Dr. Robert C. Jones, Jr. We do not need the National Guard. Our governor has not requested the National Guard, and it's an overreach on the part of our president to send in the National Guard. Listen, let's call this what it really is. This is a political stunt. A stunt to raise awareness to his own agenda. And it's an agenda that has absolutely nothing to do with the reduction of violence, but only the increase of power and control in the hands of one individual.
Yes.
He is throwing a cloak of darkness over the bright light of democracy, throwing us all into dismal abyss of autocracy and fascism. We will not let it happen. And if we remain silent simply because other folks who perhaps have been generous towards us see it differently, we do a grave injustice to our community, to our churches, and to our city and state. This president has a burr up his saddle with Illinois and particularly with Chicago.
No doubt.
And so he knows that our governor really presents one of the biggest threats against the MAGA movement. And so he seeks to do anything he can to try to bring negative press against our governor. I want him and all of you to know that we stand with our elected officials, our governor, our mayor, in solidarity. Illinois can work out Illinois' issues. Chicago can work out its issues. We do not need the federal government. If this was really about reducing crime in a community, why not send the National Guard to those cities who have much higher crime rates than Chicago? The very fact that it is Chicago says that he's after some other agenda, and we will not sit idly by while he uses the people and the reputation of this great city to push an agenda that takes away the freedoms of American citizens. And again, Pastor Jones and I and our friends and colleagues in ministry stand with our mayor, stand with our governor, saying to our president, stay away from Chicago with National Guards. We do not need them. We do not want them. We are strong enough together to handle the issues within our own city. And we thank you to keep your hands off.